Jungle.
The Americans will always protect us from the Russians, won't they?
Russians? Who's talking about the Russians?
Well, the independent deterrent.
It's to protect us against the French. But they've been our enemies for most of the past 900 years. I mean, if they got the bomb, we must have the bomb.
Well, if it's for the French, of course that's different. Makes a lot of sense.
Yes, can't trust the frogs.
Oh, say that again.
I mean, what about agreements with the Americans and so on? You know, your private conversation with the president. You didn't tell me the result.
Oh, that. Oh, well, yes. Well, to begin with, I read him my brief, and he read me his brief, and then we decided it'd be quicker if we just swapped briefs and read them to ourselves. So we spent most of the time rubbishing the French. Really?
Good.
Yes, well, I've decided the only solution is for me to have a summit meeting with the French president and sort it out myself.
I had no idea that you were considering such a stimulating approach.
Well, I am.
Prime Minister, do you believe that you personally are capable of concluding this negotiation with the French?
Well, it shouldn't be too difficult. What are the outstanding points at issue?
Well, mainly they're concerned with sovereignty. Where do you believe the frontier should be?
Frontier.
Frontier between Britain and France.
Well, what's wrong with wherever it is now?
3-mile limit. Who would own the middle of the tunnel? You see, the British position is that we should own half each.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yes, well, the only thing is the French don't think it's fair. They want the frontier to be at Dover.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And who would have sovereignty over the trains? You see, if a crime was committed on a French train in the British sector, who would have jurisdiction, the British or the French?
Oh, the British. Well, no, the French. No, the British.
And if a body was pushed out of a British train in the French sector, who would have jurisdiction?
Well, the French. No, the British.
You see, if a British lorry was loaded onto a French train in the British sector, who would have jurisdiction?
Well, the British lorry. The British. Or the French.
Should we have a frontier post in the middle of the tunnel?
Well, yeah.
Halfway
no.
across? No?
No.
Or should we have customs and immigration clearance at one end or the other? Or both ends? How interesting. Now, about the signs. Now, the French want the signs to be in French first and English second.
No, I won't agree to that.
Well, you can't have your ceremony until you do.
Well, how about French first at the French end and English first at the English end?
What about on the trains?
Oh, really, Humphrey, does it matter?
It matters to the French. What about the menus, French or English?
Well, couldn't they be changed halfway over?
The French are adamant. You see, that is why both the British and French Concorde are spelt the French way with an E at the end.
Don't we ever get our own way with the French?
Well, sometimes.
When was the last time?
Battle of Waterloo, 1850. In government, there's always something to be disputed.
Well, anyway, why are we bugging Hugh Halifax? Is he talking to the Russians?
No, the French, actually. That's much more serious.
Why?
Well, the Russians already know what we're doing.
But the French are our trusted allies. Whatever you think of them, and who doesn't?
No, Prime Minister. Actually, the French are our mistrusted allies. That is why talking directly to the French is regarded as prima facie an act of treason by the Foreign Office, who authorized it.